It's about bonding. It's about bonding. It's about trying to bring our young men together and women together, and that's what we're going to do. Without further ado, y'all put your hands together, show some love for Mr. Lawrence Hill.
Mr. Harris mentioned, my name is Lawrence Hills. Been in this community for several years, most of that time as a court administrator, either working at the state attorney's office or at court administration. And what I found during that time, as Mr. Harris has said, is we have some work to do with our young men.
All right.
We need them to be in a position to see what greatness looks like. I didn't deal with a whole lot of young men that were troubled kids, as the media would have you think, or bad kids. I dealt with folks who just simply didn't know, and you don't know what you don't know. So after 18 years, what I decided to do is come on the school district side and catch kids before they ever get that first damaging charge. I had a lot of folks that would ask me, why are you giving all of these great services to individuals after they get a charge? Wouldn't it be great to give it to them before they get a charge? And that's what we're able to do with the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence. So essentially what the program is it's a program that deals with young men of color. And what we do with them is we expose them to adult men of color who are images of success in various different fields. When you talk to a young person nowadays, between the age of 13 and 19, and you ask them what they want to do, they're going to look you squarely in the eye and they're going to tell you what? Y'all say it with me. NBA player, NFL player, or rap artist. Okay? And because we're in church, I'm going to go a little bit further. I had a young man, I coached a football team. How many of y'all know Forest View on Sutel Drive? Coached it for several years. My whole team came from Washington Heights and Ken Knight Drive. And I had a young man that told me those three things, and that didn't shock me because they always say NFL player, NBA player, rapper. Doesn't matter if they're 4'2", they think they're going to play in the NBA. But I had a man look me squarely in the eye because he came from Washington Heights and Ken Knight, and he told me, said, you know what, Mr. Hill, I'm going to be square with you. If that doesn't work out, then I'm probably going to have to sell some drugs. You just said that, okay? And he was being square with me, and I could appreciate that. But then the next thing that he told me, I wasn't prepared for. And I know we're in the church, but I'm going to give it to y'all anyway. He said, if that doesn't work out, the selling drugs, then I'll probably just be a preacher. And I'm going to tell y'all, that took me by storm. My wife is here tonight, Dominique. Okay, that's her right there in the back. She's kind of shy. But I went home, and I don't bring work home often, but I had to run that by her because I was thrown off a little bit by that. But when I thought about it, I said, what he just gave me was everything that's involved in their circle, in their life. Okay? When you think of NBA, NFL, that's what they're watching. They're playing these video games that have all the players. The rappers, the videos, that's what's in their life right now in their world. The dope boys and the dope dealers, that's who's in their world. That's who got the nice bling, the nice dress, and all of the girls, right? But then some preachers in their world have the nice bling, the nice cars, and I ain't gonna say all the girls, but y'all follow where I'm coming from with that, right? Okay, that's what's in their world, and what it dawned on me is that we have to create an environment where they're exposed to things that's not normally in their world, and that's what the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence do. We take individuals like Terry Harris. A lot of folks look at him, they think he's just a comedian. No, this guy is well accomplished. He's well accomplished. He's been in the Air Force, the highest you can go at the enlisted rank. He's at JEA as an electrician. We just came back from taking a lot of our kids to a 4-year school. And I went to a 4-year school. Thank God I was able to play ball. I was a straight A student, but I was able to play ball too. The only one in my family that hadn't been in and out of the system. There's no reason why I shouldn't have been in the same situation they've been in, except for I had some adults that entered my life early on and told me you can go on and do great things. And eventually I believed them. That's what we try to do in the 5,000 Role Models. We have real men that come into their life. Terry's going to talk about some things about if your father is not in your life, that you still have a path towards success and the things that you can do. I'm going to tell you that if a father is not in your life, what we do in the 5,000, and I would ask now that all of the men associated with the 5,000 who are adult role models and site directors, if you stand up, please stand up. Give these men a round of applause, please. Thank you so much, because they become surrogate fathers to these young men, and that's what I had coming up. I had surrogate fathers. I had the basketball coach that was a mechanic that did it for free, that came to the Boys and Girls Club. I had Mr. Johnson on the corner that played checkers that everybody else looked at and thought he was a bum, but he would tell you some stuff about life that you can't get in a textbook that only life experiences could give you. That's what we do in the 5,000. Those are the type of things that we do in the 5,000. In addition to that, we focus on career and trades. So if you're not in the cards, if it's not in the cards for you to go to a 4-year school, then we're going to come back and show you some trades. Where's the guy that is doing the irrigation? Yes, sir, in the back. Spoke to him, and I'm going to connect with him because that's one of the things that's missing in our community. When I started doing a scan of the community, when I was coming up, you could actually send a kid down to the lawnmower repair place and teach them a skill on how to do small engine repair, and while he was there, he was going to get some talking to about life. When I started doing the scan around Ribault High School, all of those would-be businesses are boarded up now. They're closed. So we don't have a place to send them where they can get the information that they need to get. What they're getting in school is a guidance counselor telling them you can be anything and you got any time. And I tell our kids that's a bunch of crap. We don't have a whole lot of time, and you can be anything with work and support, but you have to be honest with our kids, and that's what we do. They have an honest discussion about what they can be, and then we take them by the hand and walk them through that process. This year alone, we've taken them to the air traffic control. Terry, is that how y'all do when you only got 3 minutes left? I'm new at this. I heard a beep, beep, beep. Okay, yeah, let me wrap it up. All right. So again, the one thing I would like to express to you is that if you are interested in becoming an adult role model, or if you are a woman in the community and you want to come and help, please get in contact with us. We need everybody on deck if our kids are going to be successful. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Y'all give him a hand, Mr. Lawrence, man, with all these adopted kids. That's what we got to do. Each one teach one. All right, we're going to move right on into the vendor segment. So what I was doing, I was looking for guys like myself that didn't attend college, because people put so much emphasis on, you got to go to college, you got to get an education. College is not for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of time we force our kids into that environment, and then they drop out the first year, or they go out there and they party real hard, but we don't know why. You're mad at them because you've been trying to force something that don't fit for that child. So we got kids that can work with their hands. We got kids that work with their brains and on computers can draw and paint, and we won't exercise those gifts, or we want to encourage them in that area. Everybody's not going to be a doctor. Everybody's not going to be a lawyer. We need electricians. We need mechanics. We need artists. We need cooks. We need garbage men. And so that's what I'm saying. You can have a great life, and you can make a great living and take care of family outside of going to college. All right? All right. So without further ado, these gentlemen coming up now, they own their own business. These are my friends. These are different sorts of business that you don't see black guys doing every day. I didn't go to the traditional, oh, I got this and I do that. You know, I wanted regular guys, you know, with businesses that you don't see every day that they're out there doing. And first coming up is my friend, one of my old church members, because I backslid, but oh, whatever, man. All right, there you go, Ricky. Y'all give it up for Mr. Ricky Johnson. And he's going to share with you his business.
Okay, my name is Ricky Johnson, and I do own a business which is irrigation. And that, if anybody know what irrigation is, that's sprinkler systems. I do repairs, we do installs, you know. But before I got started with that, I was raised up right here in Jacksonville, over there on the north side of town, over there where they call Picketville. And y'all bear with me if I'm a little nervous, because I ain't used to speaking in front of a whole bunch of people, but I'm here, you know. But anyway, over there, man, it was like drug city over there. And everybody kind of fell off into that scene, even myself. But I thank God I was able to come up out of that, end up with a job at a mattress company, worked there for 19 years, good paying job, good paying, looking to retire. And one day they decided to take the money and run. And they went right down there to Waycross. So we was willing to at least test the bus and drive down there so we can keep our job. But they didn't want us down there. They wanted some more people down there that they can go and pay way less than what they was paying us, you know? And then put us out in the cold, which they did. Didn't give us nothing. No severance package or nothing. But I was the type that was just like hands-on. Everybody ain't hands-on, but for those who are hands-on and like to put their hands on stuff, I would love to fix stuff. And I started out in my own yard, just doing a little irrigation system. That's where I started at. Then I had a neighbor that asked me, you know, you did that, you think you can do mine? And I did this with a shovel from the beginning, digging and getting it in. We got it in, you know, she was thankful. And from there, I kind of got into it a little more serious, started looking into it. Found out there was some money into it. After doing that, then I realized that I can go and just get some little training at a little trade school. Went there, they taught me a few little things, and from there, I got to rolling. Was able to get my license, got blessed. The license wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for me to get to license because you had to take 2 tests. And I took those tests and failed them at least 5 times before I got my license. But I was so determined to get them because I wasn't going to let nobody else fire me no more. I wanted to be my own boss, and I wasn't finna get rid of me. So this day, I can consider myself blessed. Those of you who are hands-on, I'm telling you, if you stay focused, keep God in the equation, there's no place that you can't go. There's nothing that you can't do. But I would say this from the beginning, that you would keep God first in it, okay? And that God himself will take you places that you thought you couldn't go. So I'm grateful and thankful for all those who do desire to be hands-on. If it ain't irrigation, landscaping, whatever it is you think you can do it. Just stay focused and go after it. And that's my message.
Ride with him. Y'all give it up one more time for Ricky. He used to dance like this in the club. That was Ricky. Before he got saved. Show him how you do the pony, Ricky. But he owned his own irrigation company. How many black men do you know own an irrigation company? No, just one, right? See, that's what I'm talking about. They come out and fix your sprinklers. As soon as my wife said, he do what? I said, he got his, she saw the little timers on the table. I ain't even say one word. She said, hey, come, you need to come show him, because all the boys in the neighborhood know how to turn on their sprinkler. He don't. I have to go next door, huh? Hey, man, this thing coming on at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. All right, Terry, I'll come over. This is the last time. I don't know how to mess with no sprinkler system for real. All right, next up, man, this is my friend, another Reebok Trojan, another Northside man. They own their own boutique shop, clothing store, retail clothing store, husband and wife team. Without further ado, coming to the stage, he's the best networker in Jacksonville. I mean, for real. If you're interested in networking with any of the big people, Shad Khan, he's been on the yacht, he's been out there, everywhere with them, but his gift is bringing people together. All right, y'all give it up for Mr. Michael Cobb.
Hey, thanks, Terry. Hey, like Terry said, my skill set is bringing people together. I'm president of Downtown Business Professional Group. We meet once a month in Jacksonville in the River Club. The River Club is one of the top membership clubs here on the First Coast. I looked at all networking here on the First Coast and I said, well, God, where's the diversity and how come we not in front of decision makers? God has blessed me. Every speaker's been a CEO. And it's amazing, the Holy Spirit, because when I choose a speaker, God put a speaker in my spirit. So one day he said, Mike, I want you to get the president of the Jaguars. I'm like, the president of the Jaguars? This guy's pretty busy. So what I did, I just called his secretary. I said, my name is Michael Cobb, president of Downtown Business Professional Group. I'd like to get the president of the Jaguars to speak to the group. She said, what date? I gave her a date. She says, I got it on his calendar. And then God put in the spirit, I want to get Sheriff Mike Williams to speak to the group. I'm hosting an event at the River Club. Guess who's in the elevator? Sheriff Mike Williams. I say, Sheriff Mike Williams, my name is Michael Cobb, president of Downtown Business Professional Group. Who's the point of contact to get you to speak to my organization? He said, call my secretary, Teresa. I called her up. I said, my name is Michael Cobb. Sheriff Mike Williams told me to give you a call, such and such. She said, what date you want to speak? I mean, God has connected me with some unique people. Two other people, and I'm going to talk about my business model. Two other people I wanted to speak. The hardest speaker to get during that time was Mayor Alvin Brown. Oh man, this guy was tough. But what I did, Mayor Alvin Brown has a calendar. So the Holy Spirit said, put in the calendar what you want Mayor Alvin Brown to talk about. I knew, number one, he liked talking about himself. I knew that. Then I know he liked to talk about the vision of downtown. Guess what? I got him to speak. And then recently, last year at this time, I reached back out to him. I said, okay, I want to get Mayor Lenny Curry. So I got his assistant. After I got his assistant, I got Mayor Lenny Curry. So I'm connecting business professionals together here on the First Coast. Only speaker I haven't gotten now is Khan, owner of the Jaguars. And recently, a year ago, I did a mixer inside of Khan's suite. He wasn't there, but it was a great event. Had over 200 people. So if you definitely you want to connect with some nice people, definitely get my business card. It's called Downtown Business Professional Group. Last year, I put on an awards show. I recognized 7 top business leaders. Red carpet event. Over 200 people came. We had a saxophonist. It was a great, great evening. But I want to fast forward. Recently, me and my wife, we opened up, we had a boutique in Avenues Mall. It was called Accentuate, Elevate Your Style. And what I do too, I do voiceovers. So I want to, because Father's Day, I want to give you something about our store. Accentuate, elevate your style. Ladies' handbags, accessories, and more. Accentuate, elevate your style. Father's Day is coming up. Make sure you come and check out our booth. Accentuate, elevate your style. So what we did at Accentuate, here's a key, and Terry mentioned, God's given everybody a skill set and talent. Okay, so we was in the Jacksonville Landing the first year. Then the Holy Spirit said, let's move to the Avenues Mall. So we in the Avenues Mall, we was actually where Coach Purses was. Okay, so we looking people passing us by. So guess what? My skill set is bringing people together. So my wife did, we started putting on events. We had a saxophonist one time. We had a best-selling author. Recently, before we closed, we had Terry Harris host the event. So the whole key, when it comes to your skill set, everybody has a skill set. Now, I know this is, when you take a basketball, and back in the day, you put it in Michael Jordan's hands, it wasn't a normal basketball. Now, back in the day, I know it's a unique example, but when he was on his A game, you took those same clubs and you put in Tiger Woods' hands. He's not an average golfer. So the skill set, like Terry mentioned, we all have skill sets and talents that God has blessed us with. So you got to find out what is your niche. If it's connecting people together, it's that. It was like Michael Jackson. He danced better than anybody. The whole key, once you get the skill sets in together, then what you do, you practice, you practice, you practice. And then what's going to happen? God's going to give you the opportunity, and Terry tell me to wrap it up. God's going to give you the opportunity to do what you need to do. But once again, I'm going to do one more commercial, and I want you to check us out. Accentuate, elevate your style. Ladies' handbags, accessories, and more. Men's ties. Check us out. Accentuate, vendor table. Have a blessed evening.
Y'all give it up for Mike Cobb, the man. Accentuate your style. 1990 Chubb Rock Jump, man. We finished the program over. I'm finna start. That was my jam back in the day. Boy, Jazz Coke, y'all couldn't stop me. 1990. Boy, I'm about to get loose. Yo, Robert, also, if you don't know Mr. Cobb, his family, Cozy, was it not Cozy Corner? Which one? What was the name of the grocery store y'all owned? Happy Jacks. That's it. Happy Jacks, Sutel, and Myrtle Avenue Ballpark, and the little strip right there. Who remember Happy Jacks? Front store. It was the only black grocery store owner in Jacksonville back in the 70s and 80s. So he's from that family. See, we have businesses. We know how to do this. We just got to do it. All right, without further ado, I have my friend coming up. He's an author. This guy blessed me. I go around this is what you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. When you have an event in town, just go to it. Just go to it. You ain't got to know nobody. Just go to it. Pay a ticket, do whatever you got. I do that often, and this is how I meet all these wonderful people. I went to the Florida Book Festival, and I went down there with one intention, because I'm going to be writing a book soon, and I say I want to see black authors. Everywhere I went, I would always see vendor female writing books, and I would ask them, where are the men? She said, we don't have no men authors. So the big book fest they had downtown, I went down there, and I saw 3 black guys, but this guy blew me away. This guy here, I'm going to bring him up. I'm going to just let him tell you a story. Come on up, man. This is my man. Y'all put your hands together. Show some love for Mr. Curtis Brown, Jr.
We keep on because the fellowship it's got a lot of power and it makes me feel.
Thank y'all. Like you said, I'm Curtis Brown Jr. Now, I'm the author and illustrator of these 2 books. And I understand that this is for Father's Day and to talk about young men being entrepreneurs and all. But I'm going to give y'all a difference of how I became the entrepreneur and the man that you see today. So, it's 2 things that I learned growing up. I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised. Projects, if y'all watch the news, y'all see what is going on. It's unsafe. I decided to get out in my 20s. This was after my father got gunned down in front of my grandmother and kids, because he decided to be he was a drug dealer. He was well known since I was born. He went to jail. I didn't have him around. Lucky enough, I had a strong mother who had the backbone, held me tight, but she still couldn't keep me away from a lot of things. I followed his name. He got out of jail. I wanted to be like him, wanted to follow suit. I wanted to be in the gang. I wanted to do all that. And a lot of people get lost. The number one thing I tell these young men when they come and talk to me, I don't talk about these books. I talk about willpower. See, I had the mentality to see where I was at, where I was living in, and I stepped back and said, I don't want to live like this. So willfully, I started to think of a better way out. People always talk about, say, ain't no way out, man. This all I got. This all I ever known. I ain't leaving the hood. And then they start seeing me on TV, hear me on the radio. They say, wait a minute, you the same as I am. You're right. But willfully, the neighborhood became a disease to me. So with that disease, it became an illness. With that illness, I started looking past it. It started giving me a reason to do things. It created ambition. With that, it created determination. With that, it created me to write. My mother put the books in my hands. When I couldn't think of anything to write, she said, make something up. So I'm going to share with y'all what I would tell a lot of young people, but mostly what I told myself. 2 things. I stood in the mirror in the house. And I remember when I sent my book out 300 times. I got 301 no's. Somebody told me no twice. They sent the email. I was telling them, told me no. And I sat there and I looked in the mirror and I said, what you doing? You ain't nothing. You see that? Them folks don't want you. You see how they doing you? They don't want to hear you, man. Don't nobody. Hey, you know what? Hit them streets, bro. Go out there, man. You your father's son. You know you still can go out there and get that, man. Everybody know who you are. You can build up on your own thing. You go ahead, man. The drugs right there. You got a connection. You know the people. Come on, do it. This is you. You ain't gonna be nothing. Writing them books, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Go and be a rapper. Go ahead. Start. Keep putting curse words in your lyrics. Oh, go ahead. Pick up that drink. You talking about something? You don't smoke a drink, man. Come on, man. Just take a little sip. Take a little hit, man. They ain't gonna kill nobody. Ain't gonna kill you. Come on, bro. Just get up. Come on, man. It's nothing in that. You ain't nothing. This is what I'm telling myself in the mirror. You ain't nothing. You below it. You ain't gonna be nothing. Your mother, yeah, she got your back and all. Yeah, you see them struggle hard and all, but this is you I'm talking to. I ain't talking about your mama and them. I ain't talking about how she busts her back. I'm talking about you. You ain't nothing, man. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna make it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do in these streets? What somebody gonna do with them books? You can't even sell books to your own family. Your own family won't support you. So how you gonna get somebody else to support you? That's what I told myself the first time. So, self-pity is self-destruction. That's number one. Then I came back and I said, you know what? I need to revamp. So things start happening. This is what I told myself the second time I stared in the mirror. Amen. It's a small victory, but you went up in that man's office while he was eating lunch, man, and you threw your book on the table. You offered him something, man, and he bought 1,000 copies from you, bro. What you doing? Man, hey, man, this is a blessing. Okay, I know it's small, but let me get it right. I ain't like my daddy, so I gotta think, man. Man, hey, man, look, you was on TV, man. Look at your cousins, they happy for you. You on TV. How you plan to get that? How you get to that point, man? You would never thought you'd be on TV, man. I'm telling myself this. Come on, man. It's small, but you know it's the biggest thing. Oh, you got schools calling you now? Oh, look at you, man. You gonna think you somebody, man. You going out talking to these kids now. You being somebody now. Oh, you got a radio interview? Oh, they got you on ABC, NBC? Oh, somebody hooked you up with that? Your mama sitting next to you, and she's saying, we ain't do too bad for a couple of people from south side of Chicago, son. I never thought in a million years I'd be standing up here. I never thought that I'd see my son in front of the bright lights. I always thought that I'd see you in a box. Or I thought I'd see you behind them bars, but you ain't like your son. You did good. This is what I tell myself. See, it's the small things that builds up to the bigger things. It only takes a small piece to do this. I tell kids all the time, you already authors, you already illustrators. Soon as you pick up a pen, this is the way it goes. No, I didn't finish school, but I'm no dummy. I'm not stupid. I know how to read. I know how to write. I know how to use something. This is my drug. I had a little boy tell me a couple weeks ago. He said, can I ask you something? How all your friends die? I said, they got gunned down. It was 14 of us. There's only 2 of us left. He said, man, how'd your daddy die? He got gunned down. They called me. I hear the gunshots going through. So how'd you make it out? This is my drug. When I don't have to go rob nobody. When I get down on money, excuse me, Mr. Hill, how you doing, sir? I understand you work at Duval Public Schools. I got these last 2. Well, let me help you out, young man. Well, can you pass that on to somebody? I take that money you give me, I go make 4 more. That's my re-up. That's me. That's what I do. My name is on this. This is my legacy. I tell young men, create a legacy. Men don't make excuses, we make examples. You create a legacy. This is how we do. This is how I do things. So when kids see me, and I understand, youth gonna be youth. I'm normally up here suit, tie, all. But when I met Terry, he said, I had on a Adidas tracksuit. He said, hey man, I'm old. These kids don't want to hear what I'm saying. But look at you. You out here doing your own thing, and these people are running to you. He's seen it. He looking at the folks running. It's other well-known authors that's well more established than I am. But he's like, it's something because they keep flocking to you. What are you doing? I'm being me. I heard somebody say the other day, hey man, I think outside the box because one day I'm going to be put in one. So therefore, you have to self-aware, self-determined, self-ambition. See, I beat myself down because I know the world's looking for me to fail. They're going to want to beat me down too. Family, mothers, fathers, cousins, aunties, uncles. You get all them tell you ain't going to do nothing. You know how many people told me I'm not going to do anything? And strangers supported me before any of my family did. My mother, she was there. I have a stepfather. It took me years to get him the respect that he deserved. My own dad came to me and told me, hey, your stepdad deserves your respect. Do you want to know why? Because he stepped up, took care of another man's child. So therefore, for y'all young men and Father's Day and all y'all going to school, college, and all, self-elevate, self-will, self-determination. Watch the company you keep. Keep pushing. Thank you.
All right, one more time, Mr. Cuddy Brown, baby, Junior. Got Junior on the end of his name. All right, we're going to keep it going because we do have a great comedy show. Got some hot comedians back there, but we got about 3 more speakers. Without further ado, Boo Boo Boo, that's what we're going to call her. Come on up, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hand together for this Thundercat coming up here right now. Chuck say, yes, sir. Thundercat. Wow. Miss Monique, she owns her own massage parlor. Hey man, why you gonna play that, man? I'm done. I can't top that. Anyway, the show ain't even started. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for her.
Okay, so you see what I have to deal with, what I have to put up with on a daily basis. I'm Monique Harris. I'm Terry Harris's wife. I do own my own business. I'm a medical and a sports massage therapist, Med Sports Pro Massage. Just like Mr. Hill was stating, talking about trades and different things for you young gentlemen. Massage therapy and this type of therapy that I do is mostly male dominated, and I am one of the few black females who owns her own medical sports massage business. I'm a Blue Cross Blue Shield provider. I work with professional athletes, Olympic athletes, and it's all on a trade. I don't have a college education. I've been in business for 15 years. I travel, I do all sorts of neat stuff because I love sports. And I know you guys, a lot of you guys probably play sports and you want to become a professional athlete, and we know the percentages of that and how small of a percentage of people actually make it to collegiate sports, professional sports. But the sports field is wide open to do so many other things in that field, working on athletes, being analysts, just different things that you need to just keep your mind open to and not just so focused on being that player. You know, not to say don't go for your goals and your dreams, we all have them, but just to keep in mind that there's other things in sports that you're hands-on, you're right there, you're taking care of these players, you're helping them with their injuries, you're rehabilitating them. Because even though I'm not a football player, knowing that I worked on a player who was able to get back on the field and to watch them on TV and to see them play, you know, that's really gratifying. And it's just so many things in this field with a trade that you can do and own your own business and call your own shots and work how you want to work, you know. So just keep your mind open, because like I said, I know you guys like sports and you probably just want to play, but it's different things to kind of keep you in that sports arena. And, you know, to look into trades, sports massage, physical therapy, just different things like that. And just to stay in school, mind your manners, mind your parents, grandparents, your elders, just always be respectful. I have a 14-year-old son, and you know, he's an only child, but he's a really good kid because he has no choice. I keep my foot on his neck. So, but just stay in the Word, you know, Bible study, be around good kids. I mean, because that's one thing I can honestly say. You know, when you're around good kids, it's contagious. You do good things when you're around good kids. When you're around bad kids, you do bad stuff. I mean, it's eventually going to affect you and infect you what they're doing. So you just be leery of the company that you keep, and just do well. We just want to see you guys do well. And that's why we're here tonight. And that's all I have to say, because my husband's telling me to get off the stage. You shouldn't call me up here in the first place. So, and that's it.
All right, y'all give her a hand. You got it? I don't want to lose none of that lipo right there. That lipo. It's been very, very good to me. Yeah. I'm talking about my lipo. See, y'all wrong. All right, that's it. Thank you, baby. All right, without further ado, this is our last vendor, and then we got our real speaker's gonna come up here and drop that knowledge, all right? Because this is what it's all about. You're gonna get the comedy, but what we're doing now is trying to educate you. It's called edutainment. We're gonna educate you and entertain you at the same time. Next person coming up, I know this guy all my life. He's a dynamic guy. He bounced back from many trials and pitfalls. Y'all put your hands together for Mr. Corey Hollywood Cuts, Jacksonville. One of Jacksonville's #1 barbers.
Y'all gotta clap harder than that, man. I ain't no comedian, and I probably won't stay still because I got issues going on. We all got issues though, right? You got issues? You got issues? We all got issues. I'm gonna sit down because my nerves bad. I've been at work all day. People been calling, inbox me, hey, can you fit me in? Can you fit me in? No, I can't. A little bit about me. I call myself Corey Duval because I represent the city. I carry the city on my back. I'm gonna put this right here. I carry the city on my back. And another reason why I call myself Corey Duval is because of my past. My last name is Corey Brunson. That's my name. I picked up the name Duval because I didn't want people looking at my background judging me. I'm a convicted felon 2 times. That was my reason to go hard. Born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, right here on the north side, 32208, 32219, 32209, 32206, 3207, all these places, this was me. I'm a father of 4 beautiful, amazing kids. This is the reason why I go hard. This is the reason why I do what I do. At the moments where the world said I couldn't do it, I kept proceeding, I kept going. Even when my father tried to tell me, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. That wasn't what God had planned out for me. I had a dream. I just didn't know how to nurture that dream. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was something. I knew it was something that was dying inside of me that made me want to go harder. So, through all my trials and tribulations, you know, in and out of jail, you know, getting bonded out, you know, doing these things that I didn't know it was causing a detrimental effect on my family, the community, my friends, but ultimately, it was God's greater plan for my life. Because without me going to jail, those, I don't even know how many times, probably 2 pages worth, I wouldn't be able to sit here right now and tell y'all that it's real. And if you have a dream, if you have a vision, no matter what you go through in life, nothing's gonna stop you. But you have to prevail, and you have to pull a circle around you of positive energy, positive people. Because one thing about it in our community, and being from the north side, is that it's a lot of young men dying. And now that I'm a father, I see that my previous destructive behavior wasn't forthcoming of growth. And now I'm obligated, more obligated than any of you in this room, to give back because of my story, because of the things I've done, because of the people's lives who I've broken. You know, all the way down to failed relationships, to you name it. You name it, I probably did it. Drugs, I did it. Drugs, I sold them. That was me. It sounds crazy, but I'm thankful that I did those things, because if it wasn't for those things, I wouldn't be the #1 barber in the city. I wouldn't have the #1 barbershop in the city. I wouldn't be one of, 5 business owners in downtown Jacksonville if it wasn't for that. So, a lot of times in life we go through things we don't understand, and we beat ourselves down. I remember I was looking for a job. It was about 6 years ago. A man told me, he said, he looked at my resume, looked at my application, said, it looks nice. There's that little check on there. Everybody know the check? Brothers, where y'all at? Y'all know about the check? Raise your hand. Y'all don't fill out applications? What y'all do? I need to hold some money. I'm taking sponsors and investors. All right, well, this is the check on the application. If y'all don't know about the check, I'm going to tell you about the check on the application. It says, have you been convicted of a crime? Felony. You know, most of the time, we was like, oh, that was a misdemeanor. It was held adjudication and all that. I ain't going to check that box. I'm going to skip over it. These people know. So, my box was checked. I think I had like 7 checks. I was like, check, check, check. Flip the page, check, check, check. And then fill in description. I was like, why I gotta tell you? I said yes. Dang. So, this man said, it looks nice, but to be honest with you, son, you ain't gonna be nothing but a sandwich maker at Subway. And that day, I said, the devil is a liar. My life ain't gonna be that. A sandwich maker at Subway, I don't even like sandwiches. I don't even like y'all bread. It's fake. So I took that. That was the last time somebody told me no, or I accepted a no. I said, this ain't my life. You ain't finna speak that on my life. I got up, walked out, said something smart. I probably cussed because, you know, I'm human. We all slip up. Y'all can lie and tell whatever you want, but we all done did it, and we all gonna do it. I don't care how holy it is. So I said a couple of words, and I walked out. And from that day, I said, you know what? I'm gonna prove him wrong. I'm gonna prove my past wrong. And all of the downfalls that I've been through is gonna be my trampoline. It's gonna be my trampoline to catapult me into my greatness, so others can see. God put my life on exhibit so others can see. So young brothers, like I told you up front, sometimes you gotta go a different route. And it don't matter what you did in your past. Sometimes that's your gas. You feel me? It's not about what you do in your past, because sometimes that can be your gas in your engine. So sometimes you just gotta smash the gas and go forward. So I'm saying that to say this. Out of everything that I've been through, I'm definitely best to talk to y'all today. And if anybody feeling like they down, they can't make it, I just done too much and I want to give up, just look at me. There's so many times I want to give up. And every day ain't perfect. You know, every day ain't perfect. We all gonna have our down days, but I guarantee you, if you plant those seeds, remember the seeds I said? If you plant those seeds and then that tree grows up, then it bears fruit, then you take that seed and you plant it, and you keep on planting those seeds, and you keep on, one day it's gonna be fulfilled. One day the dream's gonna be fulfilled. I don't know everything in the world, but I do know one thing, that my God is real. I don't have the same God everybody got, but my God is real, and who I praise is real. I don't go to church like that. It's okay. You know what I mean? And if everybody don't go to church, y'all don't got to beat people down and try to drag them in here. Because it's 2017 and things done changed. You got to reach people a different way. You got to get out in these streets. You got to reach the people. You know what I mean? I reach the people. Some can familiarize themselves with a different approach. So I'm saying all that to say, man, y'all just stay encouraged, stay motivating, and invest in our youth. I wish that, no, nothing bad, but I wish that my parents would have invested more in my dreams of what God was trying to lead me to, rather than their dreams or what they saw in my life. And all of y'all with kids, especially teenagers, I don't care if they from 2 all the way up, start telling them to dream. Start telling them to think different. Start telling them to think outside the box. Because it's 2017, ain't no jobs like that no more. And there ain't no pension funds no more, ain't no retirements no more. I came out of cosmetology school. I've been licensed 4 years, and I can tell you, I probably make more than both of my parents. So, the time that God took me away, He pulled me back, He was actually advancing me for these moments now, where I can talk and I can be comfortable and I can tell people about my life. I'm just getting to the point where I'm comfortable telling people about my past. And it's okay, I don't feel bad about it. I actually feel great about it. When somebody say, I went to Harvard such and such years, and oh man, $300,000 debt and all this, I'm like, what? You make $40,000 a year? What? I made 50 by half of the year. But so I'm saying that to say, man, y'all stay encouraged, y'all stay motivated, and y'all just remember, man, invest in our youth, invest in our dreams, you know, and then y'all youth, man, y'all make sure that y'all just stay away from the negative. If y'all see some brothers doing something wrong, man, snitch on them. I mean, sometimes snitching may save a life. And that's all I got to say, man. I thank y'all and I love y'all.
All right, y'all give it up, Mr. Corey Duval. We got the barbershop downtown. Only black barbershop downtown. Ain't no many black businesses downtown. The good thing about downtown, they got a lot of vacant buildings, but we're afraid to go down there because we're afraid of the homeless, and we're afraid that the people are not going to come. But his business has been open probably a year now, and people are coming from everywhere because of what he's doing back in the community, giving free haircuts for Eartha White, Clara White, doing things like that. You got to give back. And not only is he a great barber, don't he look like me? This is my oldest son. This is my oldest son. That's my oldest son, Corey. All right? Cool. All right. That's my son. Used to be convicted felon because he wouldn't listen. But he finally got it right. But that's what it is, and that has a lot to do with your seeds, Dad. You know, that's my son, and I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you. He said one day, yeah, I make more money than you. I went home. It took me about 3 days to get that. You know, it was funny when he said it. But then I thought about it. I said, yeah, you should make more money than me. You got more opportunities than me. Come on now. Come on. These kids got more opportunities than we ever had. They should be doing better than us, right? Right? They should. All right, without further ado, we're going to step it up, man. I don't know when the comedy show going, because we into this. So y'all enjoying this. It just make you think. It's just telling you can hold on. You can be whatever you want to be. Got one man crying. Why you crying, sir? Boy, you touched his heart, Corey. He ain't even got no hair. You all right, sir? He ain't crying over these kids. I'm a daddy too, and I was in jail. I want to play football. I want to write a children's book. I want to accentuate the positive, accentuate, and by. I'm a trained professional. Don't try this at home. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're finna take it up a little notch. I'm gonna bring the knowledge to you. We're trying to enlighten you and uplift you. We're talking to the young people, but a lot of us grown-ups, we still don't have it together, quite got it together. And that's why we're so hard on our kids and on nieces and nephews. So, hey, I hope these people that are speaking inspire you for change, for good, or just to believe in yourself. Because the Bible says, as long as you got breath, you got a chance. Without further ado, this is my friend right here. We've been rocking through Facebook for years, but he's been on the ground. His daddy is an activist. He's talking about political office, but when you talk about the community, this brother loves his community. Y'all put your hands together for my man, Dalo. Saku! I like that.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that.
Thank you. Cut it off quick. Okay. I took a couple of notes I wanted to touch on, so I didn't forget. But one thing is, I remember, where your son? I remember your son. He was working at the pizza place. Yes, I know you back then, boy. But I want to touch on a topic when we was talking about strengthening bonds. So, strengthening bond to me, and I'm going to talk to the fathers real quick, or the men. One thing about strengthening the bonds is, appreciate that, Fat Chick. Shout out Fat Chick back then, videographer. Is being honest with yourself, because a lot of so-called black men, we're insecure with ourselves. We don't want to face a lot of the truths that happened in our past, or the inequities, or inabilities to do some things or finish tasks. Comparing our lives to other people. So, we project negative stuff onto our children, whether they're boys or girls. So in strengthening that bond, the key thing is always self-mastery of self, all right? So you have to continuously do self-reflection. And when you do self-reflection, you can look back at yourself, you can look back at the conversations that you have with yourself, your friends, you can look at the body posture, you can look at anything that smells, everything when you do self-reflection. What self-reflection does is it helps clears a path for your vision for the next hour, the next day, the next week when you self-reflect. Meditation is, when you listen to the root word middle, it's about balancing yourself. So we can get so caught up in every day. I got to get up, I got to get the kids ready, I got to make a lunch, I got to get in the car, damn, I forgot to gas up, I got to boom, boom, boom. The rat race. It's even worse in larger metropolitan areas. If you've ever been in New York City, you can just stand still like this and watch the people come out the train. They don't look at anybody. They're all moving. They're all programmed. Just like O's and ones, they're all programmed moving in this direction or this direction. So the thing about self-reflection is it allows you to create your own path. When I talk about self-mastery, that's about controlling your thought patterns, controlling any and everything that's around you, your diet. The first thing about self-mastery is looking at the diet, looking at the body, and it tells you almost anything you need to know about certain individuals, even in their eyes. And that's an old, ancient African science. Even the doctors today, they take a Hippocratic oath. The Hippocratic oath use Greek terminologies, but it's given reverence to who they call Horus, who is Heru. Then they also give reverence to Imhotep, who's the first multi-genius, the architect, the scientist, the statesman. He's a politician. Speaking of politics, how many people into politics here real quick? By a show of hands. Mr. Davis, how you doing, brother? Rare? All right, 3 people over here, 2 over here. Okay, great. That's about right for the black community. Right, what's that, about 15%? Yeah. So let me explain something about policies. I don't want to preach to the choir, no pun intended, but we generally don't trust the political system. We don't trust doctors. We don't trust anything, and all it has to do with white folks, just to be honest. But here's the thing about policies. It was policies that did kidnapping, murdering, and enslaving, and it was policies that ended slavery, right? It was policies that created Jim Crow, correct? It was policies that created the Civil Rights Act, correct? So why aren't black people involved in policies? Why aren't black people involved in their local politics? Some of you may look at your Facebook timelines or your international news before you look at your local news, because it's the local policies that affect you every day. We'll have a whole long conversation about Trump, but have nothing to say about Curry or the 19 city council people, right? It's a perspective, and it is also a program. Which program are you allowing yourself to fall into? It's about ownership and control when it comes to us. And we're going back in, I'm gonna tie all this up into bonds, because bond also is a debt instrument, right? Those debt instruments are how they build skyscrapers, huge facilities. They aren't cutting checks, they're using bonds. Those bonds are backed by collateral. The prison system, which are filled with what? Black men, are all held on bonds. They're all bonds. Your birth certificate is a bond. It's on a certificate paper. So when we talk about strengthening bonds, the application of the human element, these are some of the things that we have to take in mind. That's like looking into the legalese, the legal terminologies of bond has more than one meaning. Of course, the regular, and then it has the legal terminology. So for the young men or young children, what you should do is, one of the things you do about self-mastery, self-evaluation, is you look at your circle. Your circle, grown people too, your circle will tell you what your future is. Look at who you're around, and it'll tell you who your future is. And I like to say about our friends, we manifest our friends, because a lot of our friends represent several elements of our personality. You got the one that just want to talk about the girls. You got the one that want to talk about how LeBron James is the greatest of all time. You got the other one that want to talk about family. You got the other one that whatever. And these are all elements of your personality. There's not really just like one person. You can have a full, even your man, your wife, you can't really have that full conversation. But you have to keep that in mind. And then breaking out of that circle, if you want bigger, you have to literally change your mind. Changing your mind is simply concentrating on what it is that you've done. You have to create measurable results. Measurable results in a timely manner. So if I say let me put it like this. So right now, kids are graduating with associate's degrees. They didn't have that when I came out in '89, right? So if you know that now, we should be teaching, and of course the early education aspect, we should be pushing that to these kids right now. Here's something you can do. Instead of taking the summer off, take the summer in and continue your education through the summer, finish early, open your business. We should be pushing for entrepreneurship, right? So one of the reasons a couple of years ago, we remember all of these 2-year schools, cosmology assistants and assistant for a dentist and assistant for that, that game is a political game because there were no jobs in America. So as long as I can get you not standing in the unemployment line, but into something what they seem as a continuing education, but when you finish, not only are you in debt, but there's any jobs. Everybody can't be an assistant, right? So you do what you have to do to create some type of industry, And you know, right now in Jacksonville, we got Amazon. Amazon going to create like 4,000 jobs, and some of them are well paying. I don't really know at this point, but your circle is going to tell you your future. Changing your mind is what expands, right? Everything in the universe expands. The universe does not move up and down. So everybody saying they want to make it to the top is an individualistic mentality. There is no top because it's all perspective, right? So what may be up to someone may be down to someone else. What may be hot may be cold to someone else. It is all perspective. So when you drop that pebble in the water does what? In order to hear me, my sound has to come through my larynx, through the sound waves to your eardrum. Everything expands. So when we think about expansion, we're able to tell everyone that's around us versus, I can't, because then I got to go this way, right? Versus expanding your consciousness, it's just something that may be more agreeable or what people call positive. That makes sense? Strengthening your bond. One other thing, I got a couple more things here. Okay. So who's the best NBA player? Who said that? Not even an equation. Now, LeBron, Kyrie Irving. Who else? Old school Magic. Okay. All right. All right. So here's what I like to point out about what makes them the best. What makes them the best, and I push this to my sons. I have 3 sons. So what I push to them is, right now, I mean, literally right now is like, what are you good at? They're like 8 and 10. What are you good at right now? You know, I hate it because I run through a YouTube video and see like a 10-year-old who's a millionaire because I'm saying, hey man, where the stocks at? What you reading today, man? Put the Japanese animation, right? But so LeBron James, what's the light-skinned boy that just won? What's his name? Curry. He's albino? Okay, so what does he do after each practice before he goes home? Ma'am? No. You can't pray them bills gonna get paid or threes gonna go in. You have to do what? Practice. Who said that? That's why I asked you. Don't get scared now. Okay. He does 100 threes before he leaves. Every practice, 100 threes before he leaves. And right now, some of the guys I'm just using these guys. Some of these guys are back into practice now. Study your craft. It's never too late for any of us to pick up a craft and study it and apply it, application. We can't continue to just float around and think we're gonna get something done. So my point is this: studying your craft, knowing your circle, practice, whatever it is. And studying your craft is gonna give you your perfection that you're looking for. And to me, the perfection is just the traveling and getting to what you're seeking. Because this is how you learn. It's just like a relationship. The courting, to me, is like the best part of a relationship. Because once you get it, it's like, okay, then we can just, we're going to go on to another thing, you know. Not saying it's not bad or anything, but it's just, okay. In Jacksonville, I'm an activist. And I'm an advocate, I'm a father, I'm a few things. I have a couple small businesses. But I want people to know that the North Side, if you don't, the old school should know, the North Side is one of the most underfunded parts of town. Right? Okay. We know that. So that would mean what? Do we point all of that to the political figures? Or do we have business owners? Do we have influential people that can put these things in place, that can make them fund and put some things on the North Side? Talk to me now. Talk black to me. Okay. We need both. We need all of that. Exactly. Now, I am running for Katrina Brown's seat. I'm going to win it. Dalo Sekou, Seabrooks, look it up. So I want y'all to know that I can't stand weak leadership. I can't stand weak fathers, weak women, weak men, because they are a plague in our community. One of the main diseases is complacency, right? Because you are conditioned, and we have been conditioned to accept what's been in front of us, all because the self-determination, your drive, that thing that make you go, has been depleted. And usually that depletion is from getting beat up on the job, in the house, on the news, and your bad diet. Okay? Your diet, the number one killer of black men is not JSO, but it's cardiovascular. That's your diet. Your diet is what's going to help you live a longer, healthier life. Okay, Terry gave me the comedian light. Wrap it up. Okay, so make sure y'all have make sure you continue to, or if you have not, meditate on your thoughts, which means simply listen to the universe, reflect on the things that you do daily and second, and the things around you, adjust your goals and objectives in a timely manner, and make sure they're measurable results. So you make sure when you create a goal, you can accomplish it. Then make the next one a little harder onto your objective. All right, thank you.
Yo, VIP.
All right. Hey.
Let's get.
All right. Y'all give it up for Dalo Saku. That's the man. You didn't tell him about your farm, man. Oh, man. All right. This is what got me. I see the brother on Facebook. Like I said, I've been knowing him, know his daddy. Brother has a mentoring program where you have a hydroponic farm. Hydroponic. I didn't went to school, man. I ain't go to college. I can't use them 3-syllable words. What kind it is? Just a regular farm, organic. Okay. Okay. Yes, so that's something I saw on Facebook. He's yes, ma'am. Oh, you gotta say, be my friend. And that's how you get Facebook friends, huh? I know. Okay, she kind of said. She said you gotta poke him. Yeah, he like to be poked. Like, whoo. No, we know how to find him. But what he's done with he had a farm where he took young men, young women, and they raised their own fruits and their own vegetables, right? They did that thing, and that's where they spent a lot of their after school time out there farming and doing agriculture. Oh, at the Butler, Eugene Butler Africa Center Summer Camp. That's where they teach them African culture lessons, all the good stuff, man. Academics, what do you call it? Etiquette, black etiquette. Because we done show lost that, right? No yes sir, no yes ma'am, none of that. That's out the window now. You talk to a kid now, huh? What? We couldn't say huh to our mama, could we? What? Mm-hmm. That's what happened, but I'm proud of what the brother's doing. He's down in the community, and he said he's running for office. You gonna knock Katrina Brown out? Man, we need to knock one of them Browns out. Well, one of them already gone. One of them, I don't care what y'all say. She took that money. I don't care what y'all say. She took that money. She took that money, dog. I don't care what you say. I don't trust no Browns. She took that money. I wasn't mad at her, but she only gave Reebok $200. So how you gonna get my school $200 and you keep $800,000? She going to jail. She going to jail. Yeah. I knew she was going to jail when that little dude, her little secretary, what his name, the one that looked like Prince. He on TV like this, walking like this, got a little shades on. I said, yeah, he too pretty to go to jail. That boy ain't going to jail. Oh, he got baby hair too. Look at that baby hair. He went right in there and snitched, didn't he? Told everything. Hold a second. That nigga going down. Now she on TV. What is it about them? What is it about them, man? What is it about politicians or big celebrities when they get busted, they want to act like they sick now? You weren't sick when you eating all that caviar with Beyonce. Yeah, they on TV walking, holding her hand. Y'all pray for me. She got Pastor McKissick. He weighed 90 pounds. She leaning all on Pastor McKissick. He dragging, trying to keep her up. Yeah, Bill Cosby. He got that little fat boy holding him up, trying to walk like you. We ain't got no sympathy for you, Mr. Bill Cosby. Michael Jackson, he had a blanket wrapped around his head and walking out like he's sick. That's the new hit right there. You get in trouble, you finna go to jail, just hold somebody's arm and say, Lord help me, Lord help me. Niggas ain't sick. Wasn't sick when you took all that money. I ain't playing. See, they play with us, and that's why I love this brother. He's serious about this whole thing. He's serious about standing up. And if we in there and we don't say nothing and we don't represent ourselves, a lot of them politicians, they not going to say nothing. They're not going to be on the forefront because them people pay their check. They done went down to them businesses and got them white people money, and now you got to say what they want you to say. All right? Without further